There's only a few more days left until Josh Kerr and Burrow will pull on their contest jerseys for the second event of the 2014 World Tour. For Burrow, his preparations in the comfort of his home provide a welcome change of environment in the run-up to a World Tour event.
This place is so special to me. Just being home is just so recharging and it just feels amazing.
For Kerr, he must keep himself focused through a hectic travel schedule if he's to mount a serious threat when the contest begins.
Going to be in the States for about 6 days, 7 days. Hopefully my body's ready for some waves after all the traveling.
As the surfers switch their attention to the imminent start of the drug-aware Margaret River Pro, this is their story. Josh Kerr is back at his family's home in Carlsbad, California for a brief 7 days ahead of the Margaret River Pro. Today, Kerr and his family are taking the boat out for an afternoon wake surfing session.
It feels cold, that air. This definitely isn't this is way more of a summertime sport. It's good to get the boat out with the family. Unfortunately, it's not exactly summertime right now. You're not in your boardies and bikinis, and well, I'm not in a bikini anyway. But all right, so we'll go left first, put these goofies in the water.
Though Kerr will travel over 16,000 miles in just 9 days, this kind of travel schedule is a normal part of everyday life for a professional surfer.
Going from Gold Coast to California for a week and then back to West Oz isn't exactly a hectic schedule. Of any terms, being a professional surfer can get a lot more hectic than that, so it was good to get back over there and get the swing of things with the family, get the kids back on schedule for school and kind of get the routine started. That's such a workout. Holy crap.
With the session over, it's time for Kerr to pack for another World Tour event. However, achieving this with a young family around isn't the easiest of tasks.
Oh, so much shit to pack, holy crap. It's relaxed time for me when I'm around events and I don't have the family with me. It's almost like peaceful relaxation. Sierra, you need to go inside. I don't know, ask Mum, I'm dealing with this, I've got to pack. Then you speak, yeah, you need a shower after going to Lake Elsinore. It's called Lake Smelsinore for a reason. Okay, well then go in. You might have to take a quick shower. Everyone should. Brother needs to as well, you should tell him.
Unlike the previous event on the Gold Coast, Kerr's family won't be joining him for the upcoming event in Western Australia.
It always sucks being away from the family, full stop. No matter where I am, I miss them so much whenever I'm away from them. You know, being a traveling pro and a father and husband, it happens. You miss out on some really crucial events in your family's life. But you just gotta know that when you're away, you're doing it for them as well and just stay focused on the job at hand.
With only days to go until the drug-aware Margaret River Pro, Burrow and his trainer Johnny Gannon are taking part in one last training session before the contest.
This little session, we call it the death set. It's really short, but it's really intense. We swim out about 15 seconds, sprint in as hard as you can, and then sprint up the beach for 15 seconds.
Sessions like this are pretty tough. They just help you mainly mentally, I think, just to know that you can do it. It's kind of a similar thing in a heat. You know, you push yourself, you know, you're not going to die, so you might as well just go for it.
Training's critical, you know, especially to get some longevity out of your career like I am.
Come on, mate, these are the ones that count.
It's called the death sets, and they're called that for a reason. It's probably one of my most hated ones. You got to push through it because you know it's going to feel good at the end.
Yeah, he looks good. He was smashing me in the first one, so he looks light on his feet, ready for the comp.
just hammers you, and I struggle. I mean, they hurt Johnny too, though, which is good to see. No, he's not invincible.
Oh, it's horrible. I feel like you're going to spew, but it's just real high intense, short, 16 minutes. It's 4 minutes of actual effort, so it just hurts, toughens you up.
This competitive year sees a renewed focus from the pair to steer Burrow toward his elusive first world title.
I'd be in a lot different place if I didn't have Johnny here. I would be struggling for sure, physically.
I feel like it's part of my job to help him win a world title. I feel all his losses and I celebrate all his wins. Like, it plays on my mind that he hasn't got one while I've been, you know, training him and helping him out.
I wouldn't train and do all of the punishing things that I do if I didn't want to win. And of course I want to win a world title. It is coming down to crunch time, you know, it's either now or never, and I'm not going to do the tour forever, and yeah, why not just apply myself and do everything I possibly can to try and win it now.
Come on, mate, one more. See if you can try and beat me. He's more hungry than ever. He's got more experience now, and it's time for him to start using that experience. I think it's just having faith, having belief, and putting in the hard work. And if you do all those three things and a little more, there's no reason why you can't win a world title.
Having traveled from California to Western Australia, Josh Kerr is dropping in at Taj Burrow's place in Yallingup. As the pair catch up, speculation turns to what conditions might prevail at the start of the contest.
With that little nug.
It's going to be that dreamy for the comp, though, by the looks.
Oh, really?
It's sick.
Really? Just what, from the start?
Yeah, from the start, this looks 4 to 6 foot and perfect.
Really?
Although they've been on tour together for a few years, the two surfers have rarely faced off in a competitive heat. However, back at the 2010 Margaret River Pro, they were the last two standing entering the final. With Burrow coming off successive wins at Pipeline and Snapper Rocks and Kerr looking to re-qualify, the pair would occupy very different headspaces before the final.
It was probably like kind of chalk and cheese, you know, total opposites as far as like lead-ups to it and probably feelings going into it. Like Taj probably very confident in Kerr. He was just sort of over here to compete and obviously do well because it was a prime event and to re-qualify.
Me and TB, gonna go for it. Gonna go down swinging. Hopefully go on top swinging.
As the heat got underway, it was Burrow who would draw first blood, but would face some unexpected obstacles on his opening ride.
Yeah, he did a big blowtail on that first turn, it was massive. And then he come around for the second turn and a photographer or someone was in the way.
Oh, and that's when the photographer fucked me.
Tommy Jennings.
Toucan.
Toucan in your way.
See?
He felt terrible about that night.
He did too, he should have.
Yep.
At this stage, I thought, oh yes, he doesn't look nervous. You know, that's a really good first wave. Taj likes getting a good start straight up. He's really hard to beat once he gets that first wave and a good start.
Burrow's first wave earned him an 8.5, and he almost immediately backed it up with another strong 8-point ride.
It got really windy before the final, and I remember going, fuck, it's so different to earlier, and then when paddling back out after falling off, I went, oh, he's not finding it hard.
This left Kerr comboed early in the heat, as he struggled to find any rhythm to answer back to Burrow's early assault.
Taj just smashed a couple waves, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a hard one to dig myself out from. And I just kept going for airs and just falling. It was like 7 minutes to go, I had like a 3 and a 2. I was getting so hammered, so waxed. And when he got back at the back, I was about to shake his hand and go, good job, mate, and just catch the next one. And I was tired. It was like my third heat for the day.
Because he hadn't had a score. And he was even like just laughing about it, going, shit, you really stitched me up here. And I was feeling that good, going, yes, I've won Margaret's again, which you should never do, is claim it too early.
So at this stage, I'm probably going, Kersey's hasn't had many good ones right now. It's almost like here he's saying he looks like he'd given up because he just couldn't get a wave that gave him the opportunity to score.
Bad body language.
Bad body language. I think I paddled back out after that one. That's when I was planning on going in.
Is that when you shook my hand?
Yeah. Congrats, mate.
With the final entering its closing stages, Kerr would have to pull off something massive if he were to get back in contention.
I saw him racing and he just adopted that big air stance that he does. I could see it coming a mile away.
I remember seeing that from the channel going, oh wow, and all I could hear was the crowd. I was just going off the crowd's reaction. So like he did an air and they cheered and went, oh, he landed it.
And then he came out of that and he went and just did a perfect air reverse with the best landing, and it just all flowed so smoothly, and I saw both airs and I just went, shit, I think that's a 10.
It's a big pushy wave with different sections getting thrown at you. It was super hard what he did. Like, threw caution to the wind and it all paid off for him. I think his confidence just went through the roof after that 10.
I was like, whoa, I'm kind of back in the game now. And they threw out a 10 before I knew it.
Uh-oh, the big 10.0. You fuck off.
I remember you were paddling back out and you look back and you go, that was fucking mental. I was like, oh shit, I was ready to go in. That's what I think I said to you.
I know, 16.5 total, all right. There's a 10.
Yeah.
Now I just need a 6.51.
Kerr's perfect 10 set up a dramatic finale to the contest as he then chased down a high 6 to take the win.
There was only a few minutes left and it was just panic stations. I was like, oh God. And I think I bolted out and got priority.
Instantly another wave came and he like had priority and didn't know what to do, and like I just swung and went.
Taj probably would have looked down the line of that wave and it just looked like nothing, and Kersey sort of produced a score out of not much.
You were in a frenzy. Anything was going to stick. Yes! I couldn't argue with that.
I don't know how I freaking landed this landing. Actually, it was like flat doof. And I got lucky.
You were just in the zone. Nothing was stopping you there. Yeah, that was actually better than I thought even. I thought your 7 was terrible. It's actually all right.
The scores dropped in and it was just enough for Kerr, who'd come back from the jaws of defeat to earn a crucial event win. The victory would serve as an important turning point in his fortunes on the competitive circuit for years to come.
It was like the wildest thing. Like within 2 or 3 minutes, I was in the lead from where I was literally about to shake his hand and go in.
It was one of those things where it was so well deserved that I just couldn't do anything but clap him on and just say, well done, mate. It was pretty impressive. You know, I've had about 6 second places out there. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Well, I'd never won an event until this one. This was my first ASP win.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a huge event for him, like not only just to win and get the points, it was the way he won and where he was at right then in his career, I mean, like he'd fallen off, he'd gone on off tour twice, that was his 2nd time off, and to come back, against the ropes, comboed in a final against Taj, to come back and win, that's huge.
It was because of that win that kind of gave me that motivation and confidence to keep pushing on through the competitive wise of surfing. I was honestly ready to just more move in the free surfing realm. Honestly, I would say without that win over Taj and that Margaret River event, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today.
The time for preparations is closing, and for the two surfers, the competitive arena at Margaret River now awaits. For Kerr, his desire to graduate from top 10 finisher into true title contender is there for all to see. But he must prove to himself that he can employ his remarkable skills to achieve that elusive first World Tour contest win.
I feel like I'm surfing the best I ever have right now, and bringing the confidence in of winning this event in the past. I've had a good track record, so that confidence coming into this event just makes me really think I'm in with a good shot,
For Burrow, his remarkable talent in the water remains undisputed. But questions still linger as to whether one of surfing's most idolized competitors can find the consistency needed to win his first world title.
Yeah, I'm hungry for it. I mean, I'm so happy with what I've achieved. But shit, everyone wants more, they want what they don't have.
Can the Tour veteran utilize his vast experience to at last fulfill his destiny? With the start of the drug-aware Margaret River Pro looming ever closer, it's here where the foundations will be laid for those wanting to build their world title campaigns. And as surf fans across the world turn their attention to a distant beach in Western Australia, only one will triumph above the rest.